GTA 5, the highest grossing game worldwide, the most controversial in the whole saga, and for some, the best, but without a doubt it's the biggest GTA of them all. In today's video, we're gonna see how GTA 5 was made, since the concept idea to its launch. We will also see the ideas they had in mind. Before getting to it, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's start. The first thing developers at Rockstar do before making a new GTA is picking the location. The company was pretty sure that going back to Los Santos was the best choice, and from there they had to decide what the concept of the game was and how to do it. In the previous games, most type of concepts had been explored with different criminals, from the classic Italian gangster in GTA 3, Afro-American thugs in San Andreas, to Eastern European mafias in GTA 4, so there wasn't really many options to choose from. That's when Rockstar set eyes on a mission from GTA 4 everyone loved, which consisted in robbing the Liberty City Central Bank. Bank robberies and many other things have been a staple within the GTA saga and have always been there.
This is a raid! Nobody move!
But Rockstar limited itself by just showing us the heist and maybe a bit of preparation, so it wasn't really a fully explored concept yet. And GTA 4 showed that people loved it. So we know the location and the topic: Los Santos, bank robberies, and more. What Rockstar had to do now was creating the main characters in this story. For this, the company would go back 10 years in time in GTA San Andreas, where they originally planned to add 3 characters, one for each city in the game. They thought this was the future to open world games. But from a technological point of view, having 3 main characters was impossible. So the idea was abandoned and ended up doing the GTA San Andreas we all know nowadays. Until 10 years later, when Rockstar finally had the technology to make the GTA they always dreamt about. The idea was to have 3 main characters, but what kind of relationship would they have between them? Are they friends, enemies? The first idea was to have 3 separate storylines for each character in one game. The next step would be the stories having a relation between each other. Not once or twice, but to be constantly merged into one another to give even more strength to the narrative. You could play as the main character of the story as well as the villain. This idea is the one we got in GTA 5, where you can see Trevor and Michael reach that point of rivalry as if it was the protagonist-antagonist feud. We know the general idea for GTA 5, but what will the game's tone be? Will it be more gloomy like GTA 4, or poppier and sort of relaxed like GTA San Andreas? Because of the theme and location, it's pretty obvious the game was heading to be more colorful, with the factor of being spectacular, like one of its main inspirations, Heat.
We got a visual on the target.
We now have the foundation for GTA 5. This lasted from 2008 to 2010. At this stage, there's already a beta version of the game that we can see on leaked footage from those years. You can see a very low-res minimap like some sort of knockoff GTA 5. What is interesting is that the abilities bar was already implemented at this point of the game. The same year 2010, the characterization of the protagonist began. To achieve this, motion capture was essential as well for the rest of GTA games, but this time precision would be even greater. So the character's movement would be even more realistic. The in-depth development of GTA 5 protagonist was thought this way. Michael would be the most complex character. It's more of a reversion of the typical classical criminal represented by Claude Speed. Trevor is the character that can't control himself, and also the one that turned out to be more complex, because how can you make a mentally ill murderer look human, and at the same time be the most sensitive and honest guy in the game?
I'm so sorry. Ask for a fair day's pay after a fair day's work. Then he kind of got a little angry. So I admit, I kind of got a little angry.
Did you kill him?
What kind of fucking animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh, fuck.
But I did kidnap his wife.
Oh, no!
He's a new version of Tommy Vercetti. Franklin is the middle ground between both of them. As well as being the youngest of the three, he's a reversion of CJ. This appears evident because the actor is CJ's cousin, who was raised in the same neighborhood as him. But not only that, because Rockstar wanted the characters to represent each type of player. To demonstrate this, we can see their abilities and personalities. Michael is an expert shooter, so he can activate a time-slowing ability similar to Max Payne's. He represents the type of player that loves shootouts in GTA. Trevor is a psychopath in short, whose special ability consists in granting immunity in a homicidal frenzy, representing the players that love chaos and destruction. Franklin is a car lover, and as such, his ability revolves around driving and having better control. Obviously, he is focused towards the player that like tuning cars and racing, something that was first introduced in San Andreas. At this stage, Rockstar had a game with a huge map, but everything was kind of empty and too far away. Leslie Benzies, GTA's producer, said that to fix this, you could switch characters whenever you wanted, and they would be somewhere else on the map, so you wouldn't have to drive long distances. Apart from this, the players should find exploring the map a fun activity, so they added a dynamic mission system that activates as the player goes through the map.
Thank God. I'm in so much trouble. Can you give me a ride? Please. I'll repay you, I promise.
GTA 5 game systems would be a mixture between the previous games as well as Red Dead Redemption's. Like the cover system during shootouts, something players really liked. But it would get improved to adapt to the current age. Guns would rely on auto-aim, as well as manual aim too. Driving also improved significantly because people who worked on Midnight Club helped develop this mechanic even further. In terms of vehicle development, Rockstar wanted a wide variety of models for each type, as well as clothing, guns, accessories, cosmetics, and everything else, showing in that way that GTA 5 was the biggest game the world had seen. Something they would achieve, even missing out on showing things like pets apart from Chop, or that we could have many businesses. Up to this point, the game was almost complete. That's why in 2011, GTA 5 would be announced on Twitter with a message from Rockstar that said, #GTA 5. In their webpage, the game's logo would show up, promising us a date for the first trailer on November 2nd, something that did happen, and it would turn out to be the famous GTA 5 trailer. At one point, people had the theory that this was Nico Bellic because of the clothes he was wearing, and also that this guy was CJ. Nowadays, this trailer has around 110 million views. Completely insane if you ask me. At this stage, Rockstar had GTA pretty advanced in development, but some problems emerged revolving around the story for its inconsistencies. Trevor's character, for example, wasn't able to transmit too many emotion. He just looked like a madman. To fix this, the actor Stephen Ogg came in to help turn Trevor into a real person with things to say, shaping his personality and even fixing scripts from the game to make it better. A perfect example would be this scene where originally Trevor was supposed to jump over the fence without a problem. But the actor fell and decided to improvise.
Homie, huh? Oh. Oh. Is that how you act, huh? When a friend makes a mistake, huh?
No,
Really?
man.
Oh,
No.
what? Oh, so what? It's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, fuck you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground. You laugh at me again.
Man, calm down.
There were also some inconsistencies around Franklin's character, as he's one of the lesser expressive characters of the three. Even if this was done in purpose, the character wouldn't feel alive if it wasn't for the actor behind him, who managed to give that gangster feel similar to CJ's. This is because Franklin's interpreter Sean Fronteno literally lived a pretty similar life to Franklin's, and on top of that, he is CJ's actor's cousin.
I can honestly say that I know what it feels like to be on both sides of the gun, you know what I'm saying? That's what I went through in my life, man. From coming from selling drugs and gangbanging, being and the worst shit in my life. Well, I call it hell.
As for Michael, there wasn't any complications in terms of characterization really. If there was a thing Rockstar wanted to achieve with GTA 5, was to make a spectacular game with story and characters and everything above realism, having some of the best scenes and cinematics of the whole saga. As I said, spectacularity was above everything in GTA 5, and as a consequence, the story wouldn't feel as it could compete against the rest. But the missions would be better, more varied, bigger, and immersive, even though the story isn't going anywhere. Rockstar's co-founder and president Sam Houser said that they focus more on missions rather than the campaign. And this was clear from day one, since single-player missions in GTA 5 are far superior to GTA 4's in every aspect, but in general, missions can't seem to tell a story, something that GTA 4 managed to do. By 2012, Rockstar kept revealing info about the game, like having 3 protagonists with abilities, and it got to a point where GTA was supposed to come out in 2012, but ended up being delayed 1 year, and not much more was revealed that year or the previous. At this point, GTA Online started as a complementary idea for the game, guided by how successful online gaming had been in those years, so they decided GTA would have its own online feature. At first, the idea was to make a sort of cops and robbers type of feature, pretty similar to what we know today as roleplay. Up to 2013, the year GTA 5 came out, Rockstar released a ton of new info, starting with a presentation trailer showing the characters officially, showing us about their relationship between each other as well as their personalities. In this trailer, we also got the release date for GTA, September 17th. Some weeks later, the actors playing Michael, Trevor, and Franklin started doing press tours and interviews to talk about the game, and important Rockstar figures would also do the same. Up to this point, no one had seen the actual game, a simple gameplay even. That helped build hype around the idea of what it would really look like, because we'd been told about how innovative and incredible it would turn out to be. With all this turmoil and expectation generated, on July 9th, the first official GTA 5 gameplay would come out, explaining its new mechanics and everything what could do in the game. Then on the last few seconds of the trailer, they talked about GTA Online, something complementary and completely different to what it turned out to be.
And then there's Grand Theft Auto Online, which we will show you properly soon.
At this point, we knew a lot about GTA 5, and everyone was pre-ordering it. Just a month before release, we would get our first GTA Online trailer, where they showed us how it would look and the things you could do, things that would end up being removed. 15 days later, another GTA 5 trailer would come out, but this time giving us more details on the story and why Michael is going back to the crime and bank robbing business. That would be the last GTA trailer before release. There was only a few days left before the official date, and the game's pre-orders skyrocketed. No one wanted to miss the chance of playing it. This was the launch of the year. At launch day, September 17th, GTA 5 sold more than 10 million copies in the first 24 hours, generating more than $800 million. Keep in mind, the game costed $230 million. In just a few hours, they managed to earn what they spent back, also reaching $1,000 million in earnings 3 days later. Total madness that broke every record in existence. Not only in the gaming world, but movies, TV, music, and any type of entertainment in general. As for the critics and players, GTA 5 was well received, landing on Metacritic, one of the most important game rating and reviewing websites, with a Metascore of 97 over 100, becoming the 5th best reviewed game in the history of gaming. Its user score would be 8.3, which is very good. The main complaint is the same as today's, which is a story that feels unfulfilling. 15 days after GTA 5's release, something that would change everything came out. GTA Online, which at the time had many problems and a very limited content, something that would change over time. Without a doubt, GTA 5 is a masterpiece that came out for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but it's still re-releasing in the new generation of consoles and keeps breaking sales records, even after having released 10 years ago. If you want to know how GTA Online was when it first came out, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video about it comparing the old online with the new one we have today. That's all we have, so I'll be seeing you in the next video.